I am always excited to kind of meet people in the self-publishing in the I don't know we call it the Iron Age space, but just to me it's the new self-publishing movement. It's the idea of people just saying, corporate's not the way to do it, and I'll just do it myself. I think that'll work better. And I think for most people, it does work better. If for no other reason, I think it works better for consumers like myself, people that are, appreciators of art. Leading in our talk leading up to the episode, I asked you how much, are you a writer yourself, or are you a, professional appreciator? And I think at the core, we all at least wish we were writers. Wish we were doing more of it. But your angle with the Mighty Sons of Hercules is more on the professional appreciator and kind of distribution side of things. Does that sound correct?
Yeah, that pretty much nails it. I'm the editor for the collection. It's going to be 8 stories featuring original heroes inspired by the peplum genre of sword and sandal stuff. And we approached several of our best authors from Cirsova magazine who we thought would be a good fit for this project. So we got the stories on spec, said, hey, do you want to be part of this collection? If we fund it on Kickstarter, we'll cut you checks for your stories. And if everything goes according to plan, we'll have this really awesome anthology come out. And so these guys said, sure, yeah, we're in. Sent in some really great stories, and now we're trying to meet our end of the bargain by raising the funds to cut checks to them.
Okay, how many issues have you actually put out so far, or how deep into this are you?
Well, as far as Cirsova magazine goes, I think we're about to drop either our 28th or 29th issue. We've been doing it since 2016, more or less quarterly. Yeah. And so that's kind of been our bread and butter, but we've also done several little projects on the side, just little fun things, either with specific authors or with multiple authors. And this is one of the things that we're kind of trying to squeeze in on the side. Like, we've got the next issue of the magazine coming out in September, regardless of what happens. But if you just can't get enough of these particular authors and this kind of fiction, then we've got this really cool and exciting thing that you can also check out, which in this case is Mighty Sons of Hercules.
So you already have learned the most important lesson of sales is sell to the people that already buy your stuff. Just give them more stuff to buy.
Yeah, yeah, that's one of the big things that I think a lot of people maybe take for granted is having all the options, all the titles out there, that's what sort of ends up generating that revenue for you. And I understand that it's a lot harder for single authors who are trying to make money in this sphere because you might be able to put out 2-3 books a year. Most people are probably going to realistically put out 1 book a year. I have some friends who are able to put out like 5, 6, even 7 books a year, but those guys are on a whole other level. But we've been doing it for about 8 years now, and across all of our releases, we're finally up to about 60 titles that are available on Amazon, and we're just now reaching that kind of critical threshold of sustainability where we're getting that regular monthly revenue to help pay for and fund our projects. So it takes persistence, perseverance, and it takes time.
Well, I think that a lot of people, celebrity is worth something, even if it's just like small celebrity in like a certain sphere,
Oh
and
yeah,
that's not
absolutely.
something you're just gonna acquire overnight. Like, and it's one of my things. Call myself a post corporate marketer, and the idea being that I mean, God, look at the world around us. Look at how much like big companies have burned up their whatever goodwill existed for them in the past couple of years because we've been shown that not a single one of them can we trust. And so I think most people go out there kind of at best half trusting people. And so building trust and building a place where people are willing to spend money on you, that's a time consuming endeavor.
Oh yeah, definitely.